All right, YouTube, what's up? Jay from TTA Trigger Trainer Academy. I'm an NRA certified instructor. I run concealed weapons classes here in Orlando, Florida. We're finally moving to the YouTube platform. Hopefully, a lot of you kind of merge over from TikTok and find me here on YouTube. What I'm gonna do with these first couple videos is I'm gonna try to find the structure of how I'm gonna structure the YouTube channel. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of keep it the same content that I do with my TikTok. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through couple TikTok videos and go through the comments and answer some of the questions that just a lot of common people have. So if I see questions pop up quite a bit, I'm gonna try to answer those. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about some of the other topics that I've talked about on TikTok. Like I said, now I have more than 60 seconds. It's promoted to go longer on YouTube, so I can get a little bit more in depth. So yeah, if you don't follow me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok, Jay the Trigger Trainer. If you're not following me on Instagram, same thing, Jay the Trigger Trainer. I'll list it right here. Text me 407-501-8369 with your concealed carry questions or to figure out how to book a concealed carry class with me here in Florida. We're going to get into it. I got to hit screen record here. 3, 2, 1. Screen record's now on. The latest video I just did, I can talk about that one just because there aren't that many comments. Florida active duty military and veterans that want your concealed weapons permit. So if you're military of some sort, if you're active duty, whatever state you're currently stationed in, that's considered your residence. So you'll have to bring the Department of Agriculture or a tax collector in that state, your active duty papers, a signed statement by the military from some of your higher ups that prove that you are active duty, or some identification, some official military identification. If you're a veteran and you're out and you still want your concealed carry for whatever state you're in, bring the Department of Agriculture a copy of your DD 214, and that will allow you to bypass actually taking the firearm safety handling course. They'll just be able to expedite your process a little bit more. So there's that one. Let's go to legal possession of firearm inside a car, just because I get this one all the time. So when it comes to Florida, Florida is a dwelling state. The castle doctrine is just a more popular term that you can Google for. All it states is that you are the king or queen of your castle and your dwelling. Your dwelling in Florida is considered your house or your vehicle. And while you're inside of your dwelling, you do not need you don't need a concealed carry permit, or you don't need any type of license to have a firearm or to operate a firearm inside of your private dwelling. So looking at it, I love Florida. I do not live in Florida, but questions. So a parent can gift a pistol to an 18-year-old and they can carry it. Second, is Florida an open carry state? So when I talk about these videos on YouTube or on TikTok, I'm usually specifically talking about Florida. If you look at the hashtag, there's always Orlando or Florida tagged. Firearm laws change in every single state you go to. So for the main part, I'm only talking about Florida. Yes, in Florida, you as a parent, you can gift your 18-year-old a firearm for self-defensive purposes inside the car. That is perfectly legal. They can legally be in possession of it. Again, they do not need a license because at 18, you literally can't get the license. You have to be 21. So yes, and Florida is not an open carry state. There is an exception when you're hunting, fishing, or camping that you can open carry, but usually people still call the cops, so it's not worth it. It's a no open carry state. Okay, so does 18-year-old have to conceal the weapon? Have to have a concealed weapons license? No, can't get a concealed weapons license at 18 years old. 18-year-old can purchase a long gun. 21 for the purchase of a pistol. Also can purchase a pistol caliber till 21, even if it's not a long gun. This is a common one that people kind of get misconstrued. So it used to be, and you got to forgive me because I also came into firearms fully this year, where I start really immersing myself in it. I got my concealed in 2019 though. So I learned about the laws really this year, but as far as I was told, after the Stoneman Douglas shooting, rest in peace to some of the performing arts students that actually lost their lives during that shooting, they changed the age to 21 to purchase firearms completely. In the statutes, I'm forgetting which one, and I'll try to list it here, which one I'm talking about. It only lists penalties for an FFL, which is a gun store. It only lists penalties if a gun store sells to somebody 18. And beforehand, it also used to be where you could be 18 and like purchase a long gun, but not 21 and purchase a pistol. Now it's 21 to purchase whatever type of firearm it is, no matter what, from an FFL dealer. On a private sale basis, it's a gray area because, like I said, in the statute, which again I'll list right here, they don't list penalties for a private sale. So if me being, you know, older than 18, if I was to give a firearm to an 18-year-old, they don't list penalties for it being a private sale, but that doesn't mean that a judge couldn't still prosecute you in some way, or you know, it's a gray area that I don't like to recommend people play with. But to answer this question, you have to be 21 to buy any type of firearm in the state of Florida. Private sale, you can be 18 and possess a firearm, but selling it to an 18-year-old is a gray area that I stay away from personally. I'll respond to this. What about a motorcycle? Yeah, you can keep it on you in a motorcycle. Since you're not really enclosed on a motorcycle, I would say, you know, I've heard people carrying the small of their backs because it's not too comfortable to carry appendix. Just finesse it if you're on a motorcycle. When I was 18, I bought my first rifle, but I had to be 21 to purchase the pistol. Yes, that's very common. It depends on what year you bought it. Firearm laws change year from year. So while it might have been that in like 2017, because I think Stoneman Douglas was 2017. So if prior to 2017, you could be, you know, 18 and purchase a long gun, but not a handgun. After the Stoneman Douglas, once again, they raised the age to 21 from FFLs. Good info, thank you. Not trying to argue, just like to learn more. Cool. Thank you for educating people. That's all I'm really trying to do. Where at, bro? I'm in Orlando. I work out of Orlando Gun Club. I used to work there earlier in this year. Now I'm just the full-time instructor there. That's a separate video of how I became an instructor, and I'll get to that one soon. Thanks, man. Learned a lot. I got to respond to some of these comments too. If I didn't respond to some of your comments, I get a lot of comments. I might have responded on the video at one point, and then there's more comments, so I got to go back. But I try my best to get to as many of them. Just in case. Yep, always keep your firearm in case when you're inside the car if you do not have your concealed weapons license. Once you have your concealed weapons license, the only criteria you must meet is concealed. It must be concealed. Florida's the gunshine state. Can you have it on you in your holster, like in your belt, as you would if you were going into the public? Conceal. As far as I know, in your dwelling, they can't stop you from carrying because it's your dwelling. You don't need a license. The only thing you need a license for is to walk around the public. So I would say in your car, yes, you can have it in the holster, which would then make it securely encased. You can place it on you if you want to keep it concealed, because, I mean, quite honestly, most of the time, once you securely encase a firearm inside of a bag, it's concealed, because the definition of concealed is hidden from ordinary sight. So, yes, is the short answer. You can keep it on you as long as you're inside of the car. The moment you step out the car, it cannot be on you. You're now breaking laws. Do you have to have a permit if you're inside of the car? No. If you want to walk around the public, yes. I have a Connecticut CCP. I am moving to Florida. Do I need to get one from Florida? Yes, you do. Email me for info. So yes, reciprocity. Florida does not recognize the Connecticut concealed weapons license, so you will need to take the Florida concealed weapons license class and firearm handling course here once you do. Thank you for the info. Knowledge is power. That's all I'm really trying to do. Cannot be readily accessible. This is no one step or two-step rule. It has to be securely encased, which then makes it not readily accessible. So yes, you're pretty much on point with what you're saying. User using user. Great info, Swain. Great job. Thank you. Some of the facts are true, some are not. Do you state statutes on this? I was told by local SO there is no step process in Florida. Yes, there is no step process, but securely encased technically makes one step before it's readily accessible. So the definition is securely encased. That's how it asks you to ride around, and securely encased simply means one step. Securely encased. I will try to comment to some of these later, just so I can keep this video going. So yeah, securely encased typically means one step. That's what they're getting after. That's what I was trying to get after here. I'll respond to that after this video. In one of your previous videos, you stated that your firearm can be in plain sight as long as it is encased. In this video, you say it has to be concealed. Um, it can be in plain. So this is how I play it, right? If I'm in the car personally, because again, the only reason it needs to be concealed is if the police are kind of at your door, or you're around some other cars. I ride around with my firearm on my lap sometimes. It might not be the most safe. I know exactly what I'm doing and I know how to handle it, and it'll either be on my lap or I'll sometimes put it under my thigh. Just don't have it showing when the police pull up. It's plain and simple. It's not that you're trying to finesse the law. I'm a responsible person. I'm not trying to shoot anybody. Some situations I just want more access to it than others, so keep it in plain sight. When the police come, put it away. That's pretty much what you would be doing, because most people are trying to stay within regulations of the law, but the only time you can be prosecuted for breaking the law is if you're caught breaking the law. And I don't talk to police officers that often, so if you have your concealed weapon on you, or if you have your concealed weapons license, keep it concealed, which just means hidden from ordinary sight. Securely encasing a firearm does naturally make it concealed because it's in something. So it's just verbiage, man. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Thanks, man. Appreciate the ICC license carry in 6-hour owner. Yeah, SIG 365s. I live in Orlando too. I feel safe knowing that people are armed. It keeps people in check. Sure, guns make people dumb, in my opinion. Just moved here a few months ago, waiting my concealed carry license. While I wait, can I still keep it inside of my car? Yes. Yes. I can give some short answers, but I don't want to give too many of my long answers on here. Okay, so if I have my firearm inside my book bag, can it be loaded? Chamber, do I have to? Yes, it can be. So yeah, the only condition, in terms of the condition of your firearm, the state does not have any requirements for the condition. And when I say condition, I mean if you have a fully loaded mag, if you have a round inside of the chamber, that is the condition of your firearm. We don't care about that. The statute does not specify on that. It simply says it must be securely encased. So, securely encased is the only criteria you must meet to ride around without a concealed weapons license in your car. Enjoy the post and your info. Thank you. A lot of people are really nice on here. I do appreciate all of you nice people. For all of you people that just irritate the fuck out of me on here, stop irritating me. I'll also just stop responding to you. It's a give and take. I give it. Very informative. Okay, yeah, cool. Fort Lauderdale, do you know where I can get my fingerprints done, where I can see in my application? Go to the Department of Agriculture or go to a local tax collector. Those are the best two places. Department of Agriculture's, I know here in Orlando, they shut down for a while and then they had to reopen. And when they reopened, they were like suddenly booked out far in advance. I've been getting people in the tax collector sooner. Try a tax collector in your county. Excuse me. Try a tax collector in your county. Try a tax collector in the neighboring county. That's about the easiest way to get your fingerprints done. Or if you know a police friend, I don't want to say that. It has to be certified LEO. The reason I was kind of just thinking there, it has to be certified LEO that does your fingerprints. So like in Orlando, when you go to the gun show, I think it's Bulldog Tactical is usually running the gun or the concealed weapons classes there. Most of them are LEO, so they can always do the full package deal of doing your photos and your fingerprints there because they're LEO, which means law enforcement officer. Or are in the military, you can be 18. Yeah, if you're in the military, you can get your concealed weapon license and hold guns sooner. Thank you. Does Florida recognize open carry? No, we do not. Good to know. Moving there soon. Bet. Thank you. You're welcome. Possession. I'm really bad at spelling, so if you see TikTok videos, even on here, I might misspell something. I try my best. It is what it is. Can it be loaded? Yes. Can't the weapon be in plain visible sight, not concealed as well? If you have when the police is on you, keep it concealed. If it's just you in your car, don't let anybody look through your windows. But officially, I'm going to tell you keep it concealed. Can you pull it out in case out the case to use it in the car. Yeah. So you can use the firearm for self-defense. If someone's committing a forcible felony, don't leave the firearm in the backpack. You might as well not carry it at that point. So yes, you can. I live in Florida. Can I gift my best friend who's 19 a firearm for Christmas? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sorry I didn't answer that before Christmas. So if my handgun is in a holster in the glove box, I should be good. You're perfectly good in that case. Securely encased, something in the latch. So that glove box, that center console is perfect. If you put your firearm in there, you actually don't need to have it in the holster. I recommend don't let that trigger be out, especially if you're like me and you carry one in the head. Put it in a case of some sort or a holster of some sort. If you now have a CWP, concealed weapons permit, I thought it had to be in a shape. Yep, it does. You're right. Okay, going out there on the limb, brother, felon, been out almost 6 years now. What do you have to do to restore? So in Florida, you can apply for your firearm rights back after 8 years of served time. You're looking for your clemency papers. Someone on here told me theirs was 10 years. When I looked at the paper, which I printed the application for clemency rights about a month ago, waiting 10 years after served time is a full pardon of all your previous, grievances against, the county or wherever you were. So 10 years is a full pardon, 8 years is your firearm rights back. And it's kind of broken up like that because you can get your voting rights back before your firearm rights, and then you can get a full pardon. So 8 to 10 years is what you got to wait. Where do you go to become a certified instructor? You go to the NRA instructor.com. You also need to find an instructor that is doing it in a time that is comfortable for you. I was fortunate enough to have a big homie that got it done for me, or helped me kind of get that process started. So I was lucky. Very important. Thank you. I'm up here in Massachusetts. If you were pulled over, would you notify the police officer immediately? I like this one. In the past, yes, I have. I've been pulled over a couple times, and the first thing I would let them know is I have a firearm on me. In my experiences doing that, obviously I'm sitting here in front of you. I ain't been shot, stabbed, nothing like that by the police, but it might have helped. I think in some cases it gave them an opportunity to kind of think twice and maybe judge my character a little different. For whatever reason, the reasons that they were pulling me over. But at the end of the day, I also believe that they were just decent cops and they didn't really want to, do that much anyway. But the reality is it might not help, because the reason the cop pulled you over isn't because you had a firearm, isn't because you're a concealed carry holder. Like, that doesn't mean shit to him. He doesn't know that. And you telling him that when he gets up to the car doesn't really make him feel any more comfortable. It just lets him know that you really do now have the power to kill. So if anything, it can help. It makes you look like a great citizen. Some people consider it respectful. I personally, having worked in a gun range where everybody is coming to do one thing, which is shoot, I've had a ridiculous amount of guns pointed at me, loaded, unloaded. It's not comfortable either way. Our thing is just don't pull your firearm out. When I would work the range check-in, don't pull your firearm out. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I know what you're here to do. If you have a gun, great. That's the only reason you would really be here, is if you had a gun or you're trying to buy a gun. So if the cop pulls you over for going, 50 into 35, Florida's also not a right to notify, so you don't have to immediately let him know, because it doesn't change the fact that you were speeding, in a 35 zone. So if that cop's going to be a bitch to you, he's going to be a bitch. And if he's going to be nice, he's going to be nice. Letting him know you have a firearm doesn't do anything but let him know that you have the ability to kill him, if you really want it. So, no, I won't be anymore, just to kind of see the opposite reaction. Good morning, traveling from Florida to North Carolina. I have a concealed carry license. Can I carry in my car during my trip legally? Yes, but going to North Carolina, you should be fine, because most of the southern states recognize the Florida concealed weapons permit. But you do need to abide by their state laws, every state law that you're in while you're passing through that state. So while you're going through Georgia, if they have different requirements than keeping it securely encased like we do in Florida, you must abide by that while you're traveling through Georgia. through Virginia, South Carolina, however, whichever roads you take to get there, you got to abide by their state laws the entire time you're driving through. So, yes, just know the laws. I haven't read those laws yet, so you got to look them up on your own. With TCP, you willingly consent to sign over your rights. The NRA could care less about our freedoms. That could be true. That doesn't really matter to me. So me being 18 can have a loaded pistol in my truck as long as it is in the center console. Correct, sir. In the state of Florida, that is correct. Also in Florida, you don't have to wait 3-day wait period for buying a rifle. In Florida, if you have a CCP or hunting license, correct. That doesn't only apply for rifles, though it applies for handguns as well. If you have your concealed weapons license, you can bypass your 3-day wait period. That is for handguns and rifles. Again, got to keep up with the laws because they change. It's a common. Most people forget that one. Does it include your holster on your waist? Yes, that is considered securely encased, snapped in a holster securely. Currently located in, I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I'm going to just keep going for, maybe I'll just get to the bottom of the comments. Currently located in Brevard County, Florida. I would like my wife to obtain her permit. When are your classes available? I have classes available about every single weekend. You can also email me for during the week classes if that works better for you. You can set something up for during the week, but every weekend for the most part, I'm running classes. Thanks for the vid. Could you do one about driving in the car with a concealed weapon being within 1,000 feet of a school? You cannot be on school property with your firearm. I don't know about the 1,000 feet thing. I'll have to go and read, but you can't be on school property, so just avoid the school property, period. I don't have my concealed. However, I can travel with my gun loaded in my glove box in the bag. Yes, I've answered that one. Okay, I live in Florida. I can legally keep my gun loaded. Yes. Yes, ma'am, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Doesn't have to be unloaded. Doesn't have to be unloaded. It just doesn't have to be unloaded. Why would having your CCP be more limiting by allowing you to carry on your person concealed and locked in a glove box when required? I'm going to read that one again. Why would having your CCP be more limiting by only allowing you to carry on your person concealed and not locked in a glove box when required? I don't really know what that question is asking me. 18-year-old can buy it from a private seller. 18-year-old can ask somebody can ask a private seller to sell it to them. If that private seller will, I don't know many people that are willing to sell to 18-year-olds. It's not that I don't believe 18-year-olds should have guns. After the Stoneman Douglas situation, I do have mixed feelings because, like I said, while I didn't know people personally, I was a performing arts student back in the day, a percussionist, and they lost some performers from Stoneman Douglas. So just having competed against them, having at one point knowingly knowing I saw them, or I was in the same building at them and they weren't anymore, it kind of hits home. So 18-year-old, yes, I say get it from your parents, so I can blame them if you go out and do something dumb. That's truly just my rationale for it, sorry. What about if you're leasing a car? While you're inside of the car, it's considered your dwelling. While in the car, that's your dwelling. That's your dwelling. Now, if you can't protect property, but if you're inside the car and they're committing something against you, yeah, you can go ahead and handle that. Wheeled vehicles include bikes and wheelchairs are pistol-free zones in Minnesota. No way to open carry inside car. You need CPL. Well, this is Florida, sir. If you have your CWP, you can have the gun loaded in the car, one in the chamber as long as it is concealed. Correct, sir. You can open carry to and from hunting, fishing, or yeah, if you want to open carry. I don't really sure you can open carry while in those situations, but like, why do you need to? I guess it makes sense if you're in the woods and, you know, there are bears around and whatnot, but it's just looking for more issues, especially considering this isn't a open carry state. Just clarifying, firearms are handguns and rifles. You have to be 18 to purchase rifles and 21 to purchase hand. Not anymore. You must be 21 to purchase either. Both now. Again, that was previous to 2017, where you could be 18 and purchase something. That was before 2017. After 2017, Stoneman Douglas, it was changed. So Uber drivers can have a concealed weapon in their car for protection. Yes, I recommend Uber drivers have a concealed weapon in their car for protection. And you don't need a license for that, by the way. How about in your holster while you drive? Yes, I've answered that one. Yes. Sorry I did not see you tag me. I swear I'm trying to get to as many of these as possible. Thank you for telling the truth. Chapter 79 is very specific, and the definition of securely encased can be plastic envelope ready. Yes. That is the chapter that is going over this 790. I forget the .0 which one. You can purchase firearm at 18. I've answered this one so many times now. Thank you. Always wondered about this area of the law. You are welcome. You got classes, man, to get certified. I'm in Volusia County. I do have classes. Yeah, guys, if you ever look at one of my posts, I think I'm gonna end it pretty soon here because I'm almost at the bottom. Yeah, I'm at the bottom now. If you're in Florida or Orlando, period, and you want to book a class with me, email me. I'm gonna list all that here in the bottom or in the side and in the bottom, however you can get in contact with me. But yeah, email me to book the class. Text me 407-501-8369 to get the link from me. I'll send you the link. It's always in my bio on TikTok and Instagram too. So yeah, you can always go there to book a class with me. Like I said, I run them about every weekend. If you need more dates, I am down to travel. I'm working out stuff with my team that try to figure out, you know, when we can travel, how we can travel, what the setup's going to be. Ammo scarce, so we're still working with that one, but we're finding ammo in certain places. But yeah, so this was pretty much the first video that I'm going to do for YouTube. Legal possession of a firearm inside of a car. That's why I almost forgot the video I was answering the questions on. But yeah, so in a car, you can legally possess your firearm without a concealed license. You don't need a concealed license to purchase a firearm either. You must be 21 to purchase a firearm, though. So we'll get those out the way. You must be 21 to purchase a firearm. You do not need a license to carry it in your car, and you do not need a license to actually purchase that firearm. But I would say minimum be 21. If you're under 21, have it gifted to you, or if you can finesse a build one. I got a 19-year-old protege that he has one. But he works in the gun shop, so, you know, he has more access than some. Anyways, this will be the last, this will be this video. Like I said, I'm going to try to work out more videos and try to really push this. We pushed the TikTok thing from May to the now, and we've got good growth off of it. So now we're going to try to do the same thing on the YouTube. I like how I keep saying the YouTube. But yeah, so we're going to try to knock this thing out. We're here on YouTube now. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below. Like I said, my info will be here. I'll list the link to my calendar of how to book a class with me down below as well. If you have questions, you know, you can text me here. That contact information will be down below as well. Thank y'all for supporting, and I'll see y'all on the next video.